Oh gosh. Hi there. Welcome to the End of the World podcast. This is episode 20. And just like episode 10, we're going to do something a little different. I'm here
I
with
like
Travis
different.
like always,
Hey, and
and
I'm
we're going to take
different.
you are just a little bit. We're going to take a break from talking about the end of the world cuz maybe it's getting a little too close to home and it's the holidays. It's the
And to
holidays.
quote, I'm going to quote a movie, and you'll know what movie it is. It can't rain all the time.
It's true.
Little bit of the Crow.
It can't rain all the time. So instead, we're going to talk about I guess the subject matter that I'm going to put as the heading is how do you define movies that are so bad they're good? And so we're
Hmm.
going to talk about that, like what our personal definition of a movie that is so bad it's good is. We've talked about it a couple times as we've talked
Hmm.
about different episodes, because some of the movies we've talked about are not very good. Battlefield
Right.
Earth, um,
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes, the 2001 version with Mark Wahlberg.
Hmm.
um not Armageddon, not really good
Yeah.
movies, but they fit the criteria in a different way. So we're going to talk about that, and then
Hmm.
I have two lists, one from BuzzFeed and one from Time Out magazine, of
Hmm.
with their lists of movies that they consider so bad they're good. So we'll talk about these lists and see if
Yeah.
they are actually what we consider good, so bad they're good movies, or if they're complete shit.
Right.
That's kind of the premise of tonight's episode.
I
So
like
taking a
it.
break from talking about the end of the world to just kind of talk about like our definition of what we feel are movies that are so bad they're good. Do you remember the first time you saw a movie that you like? I want to say considered to fit that criteria, a movie
This
that you
is,
thought was great but
yeah.
objectively is bad.
So the first time I think I really recognized a movie like that, because I mean, I just enjoyed movies no matter what when I was younger. But the first time I was aware that I was like, and this is kind of dumb, but I can't, like, I'm so entertained by it. And
Hmm.
this is going to be controversial. I've changed my stance on this since then, but would be the 66 Batman movie.
Okay.
I just now think that's just
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
exactly like when I was younger and I didn't have the context of the show and all of that. I didn't understand. I just was like, well, this is just dumb. This is just straight up stupid. But I really can't stop watching it. I really am enjoyed, but I'm enjoying this. It's very
Yeah.
entertaining, but it's so stupid. But I've changed my mind on that since. But that would be the first one I was like actually aware that I was doing that.
Yeah. Mine is definitely the Godzilla remake. The one with the American one.
Oh, the Matthew Broderick one.
The Matthew Broderick Godzilla remake. Yeah, yeah. That was the first movie that I remember seeing in theaters. And I talked about it before when we talked about Armageddon. And one day we will talk about Godzilla. We'll have to have Dom back on from
Oh, yeah,
Monster Movie Fun
absolutely.
Time Go to talk about that movie. But I I will admit Godzilla is a terrible movie. It is an awful Godzilla movie,
It's
but I
yeah.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it a little
There's a
bit.
lot I like about it.
I like it a little bit. I don't know why. I've always liked it, even as a kid. It is one of those movies that, like, whenever we went and saw it in theaters, I remember my dad being like, just like scoffing at it on the way home, like that was stupid. They don't know Godzilla, and then going to Blockbuster and my dad renting some Godzilla movies and showing me the Godzilla movies.
Oh,
And
that's
I remember
cool.
me as a kid being like, yeah, but I don't like these as much. Something about that train wreck entertained me. And so I don't know how to describe it.
No, I
Um,
get it.
and I think that's kind of what makes this conversation fun is because it is different for each and every single person, kind of what their
Hmm.
definition is. So do you have like a formal definition, or is it more like it kind of varies depending on the movie?
It's so variable. It's very much like I know that there's certain elements that make up a so bad it's good movie.
Yeah.
Certain like on the triangle of trying to reach certain things, they just don't quite. Like the passion for it, the money for it, all of that. Like I know that those things have to kind of align
Yeah.
where one thing is just missing and it just doesn't work. Like there has to be the intentionality. You want to make a good movie. You're really trying and then you just fall short for some reason because of either laziness or budget issues. Something just happens, like that.
Yeah.
But it's not, I don't think that's all the way across the board because there are plenty of really good movies that had budget issues that are really low budget. I mean, you look at a movie like Clerks, very low budget, had to, they changed the way that the film, how they filmed it because of budget issues. Comes out a great movie, it's
Mm.
so there's no real formula that stays that way. It just is a feeling that, because I like a lot of what most people would call bad movies. I just think they're good.
Yeah.
So,
I think
you know.
yeah, I think a lot of times people misconstrue the term bad movie or so bad it's good with cult movie because the two
Hmm.
do crisscross applesauce several times. But
Yes.
like Clerks is a cult movie. There is an
Hmm.
audience that loves Clerks that gets really really into it. But Clerks is not a so bad it's good movie. Right.
Right.
So like that's an example where I would use where it doesn't crisscross. Like El
Hmm.
Mariachi, another example. El
Yes. Oh,
Mariachi
big.
spent
Yes.
like $7,000 to make that movie, right? But
Absolutely.
it is a cult movie as well. There is an
Yeah.
audience that loves El Mariachi, but it is not a so bad it's good movie. Um,
Exactly.
yeah. So for me, like kind of like with like you were saying, it does vary quite a bit. For me, the
Hmm.
biggest thing is like the passion and the want to
Hmm.
and,
Exactly.
and the desire to make something of quality content and falling short either like you said because maybe the budget you don't have enough money to quite complete the vision you wanted
Hmm.
or maybe your writing ability is not quite as good as you thought it was
Yeah.
or your story crafting ability is not quite skilled as you thought it was or the actors are very awful. You know,
Hmm.
there's
Oh,
a lot
that
of
can
different
definitely.
elements a lot of different elements can come into
Hmm.
play. But what it's not, in my opinion, is movies that come out from like the asylum. Um,
Right.
I don't think movies like Sharknado
No.
is a movie that qualifies as a so bad it's good movie because they're the intentionality, right? They
Yes. I
intended
still
to
haven't
make a
seen
movie.
even one of
Yeah,
those movies because of that.
yeah. So I guess speaking of a movie that we did watch, shameless plug, Zombie Apocalypse, which is a
Yes.
movie that I actually kind of enjoyed a little bit. It was an asylum
There's,
production.
yeah, there were things to enjoy about it.
Yeah. For those of you that haven't seen it, we talked about it in one of our this little spinoff we did with one of our friends' podcasts, Dominic Monster Movie Fun Time Go. We joined
Hmm.
him during October to talk about zombie apocalypse, and while we were there, we kind of got into this conversation a little bit, and that's kind of what
Hmm.
spurred me into talking about it now. Because
Yeah.
in that podcast, I was saying that this movie, um, it's not a so bad it's good movie because
No.
one it was intended to be a ripoff, a very low budget ripoff of a lot of other zombie movies that had come out
Hmm.
before it. But
Yes.
that was the intention was to be a low budget ripoff version of those movies. And in that way it succeeded.
Hmm.
But it's not necessarily what I would say so bad it's good because there's nothing like redeeming about it. All the shittiness of that is there was intended.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
very
is nothing.
manufactured.
Yeah, it's a manufactured. Oh, there's an audience for people who love movies that are so bad they're good.
Hmm.
We can target that market by trying to project this other shitty little zombie movie
Yeah.
here to get your attention. And I don't think those movies really qualify. I think for
No.
a movie to be really so bad it's good, it has to have the intention to be a good movie. Like The Room is a
The
perfect
Room.
example of a
Perfect.
so bad it's good movie because Tommy Wiseau set out to make something of quality. Along the
Yes.
way, he fucked up a lot,
A lot.
but his fuck ups make it entertaining, right?
Absolutely.
And that's I think what makes a movie so bad it's good is that you can see the effort. You can see like, hey, they someone tried here. They didn't
Hmm.
succeed, but there's effort. That's kind of like as a teacher, I always kind of like as a teacher of writing, especially, writing is a
Hmm.
very, very difficult thing. And there's different levels of
Oh, I know
quality,
it.
there's a difference between like I always akin it to like basketball, right? The difference between being able to put a pen to a pad and write a sentence is like
Hmm.
being able to dribble a basketball. Virtually
Hmm.
anyone with hands and motor skills can do that,
Hmm.
right? The difference between being able to do that and write something that is good is also like the difference between being able to dribble a basketball and playing in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's a very very huge distance between being able to put a sentence
Hmm.
together and being able to write something that is good and
Right.
continues its quality for several pages. That is a
Yeah.
difficult skill. It's a very
Oh,
very difficult skill. And I appreciate when people try, and
Hmm.
even if they don't succeed, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what makes some of the joy of watching movies like this. I love a lot of shot on video movies that came out in the 80s and early
Yes.
90s when video camcorders first came in. That's kind of how I got into making movies when I was 12
Hmm.
years old. I asked my mom and dad for a video camera for Christmas, and
Yeah.
they did not get me one that year. But a couple of years later, when I was 14, they did. I finally got my camera, and I immediately began making shitty, dumb movies in the backyard with my friends.
Yep.
This was also like right when Jackass got big, so we did a lot of Jackass parodies and just filming ourselves
Hmm.
hitting each other in the head with steel
Yep.
chairs and really dumb, uh,
Yeah, I have
kind of
some of those.
ECW-esque things as well. Yeah,
Yep.
that was kind of the of the age, and so I can appreciate some of those movies because like I also tried to do a little bit of that myself.
Hmm.
And, and so to me, that's what makes a movie so bad. It's good is that if it needs a little bit of that quality of like effort. To me, the budget
Yeah.
doesn't matter so much because
No, not at all.
there's movies that have tremendous budgets. Like
Oh
Heaven's
yeah.
Gate is a movie that had
Yes.
Battlestar, not Battlestar
Oh,
Galactica, Battlefield Earth,
yeah.
another big budget
The Room
movie.
was fairly budgeted. I
Yeah,
mean,
The
he had a
Room
lot of
has a
money
good
to
amount of
throw at
money.
that.
Yeah, same. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but what
Yeah.
I think what matters more is like the effort to put in to try to make something really
Hmm.
quality, and you just failed along the way, and we can
Exactly.
celebrate your failures, and hopefully you're able to laugh at yourself. And I think that makes it more fun is whenever the director or
That's
writer is able to have fun with it as well.
that's a big part of it for me too. If I don't want to feel gross about it, I don't want to feel like, oh, I'm just making fun of somebody. Like that doesn't feel good, you know? Like them being
Excuse me.
sort of in on it helps. Now, not to say that that always happens. I'm sure the Battlefield Earth people don't share that,
No,
I don't think they laugh with along with us, but you know,
that's fine. Sometimes
it's
we can laugh in spite of them.
yeah, exactly. And
you know
sometimes it's okay, but for the most part, I don't, I mean, it's hard to make a movie. I've seen the process. I've never really
I've
been a part of it, but
I, I've tried,
yeah, see, like
tried
I
and failed.
mean,
Yeah,
it's always tough. So, I think they did it. Like that's something, you know?
yeah. I was an
So,
ambitious little 19-year-old trying to make a short film with a. My budget was $2,000, and this was in 2006. Yeah,
mhm.
2006. And yeah, I tried to make a really silly, ambitious horror thriller movie about a person getting possessed by a demonic entity in their home. And
Oh,
it kind of had some Cronenberg stuff. Like I wanted to
oh
do like
yeah.
an animated hand and like a little bit of Adam's Family,
Yeah.
like hand kill the it going crazy thing. And so I tried. I have parts of it that I filmed and completed. I never
Mm.
completed the whole thing, mostly because it's very difficult to whenever I was young, 19 years old, I had a much it didn't have experience teaching. I was not
Mhm.
used to being in front of people and telling them what to do.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
I think I would be much more. I think I'd be a lot better at it now because I've had that experience of beginning a classroom of
Mhm.
people and being like, "No, this is what we're doing. Listen." uh, and trying to get people to. I wasn't so good at that at the age of 19. I was a little bit more timid, a
Yeah.
little bit more shy, a little bit more introverted, a little bit harder for
Mhm.
me to approach a group of people who mostly weren't getting paid, who were all
Uh,
like friends of mine, kind of working for
yeah.
free. So telling them like, "Hey, this is what we're doing," instead of like, "Hey, let's stop playing Smash Brothers. Like, let's go film this scene." And then also like the actors we would have like is very much it the thing that reminds me of my movie making experience more so than anything else is the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episodes where they're
Oh yeah.
filming the Lethal Weapon parodies where the
Yeah.
where the actors change in the middle of the movie
Yes.
because damn it that kept happening. I would have like someone I'd be like, okay, cool, so you're going to show up every Monday, we're going to film, and then the first Monday they're there, and I'm like, cool, sweet, do for an hour. Have I made sure I made food for people. That's my budget. I
Oh,
had to cook my own food for people, right? I made chicken sandwiches. They weren't very good,
nice.
but I stayed up and I made 8 chicken sandwiches for everybody, so everyone could have a chicken sandwich after we got done filming. And so the
Nice.
guy that was filming one of the scenes, He showed up on Monday, didn't show up the next Monday, no called, didn't respond to my texts, never showed
Mm.
up ever again.
Oh wow.
It's just like recast the person. And so there's like scenes where it's like one person and then like similar to It's Always Sunny. If I ever finished editing it together, it would immediately change to another person. Because
That's
that person
awesome.
just fucked off. They were like, I'm not getting paid for this. Fuck you. And I'm like, well, shit, man. My bad. I can't afford to pay you. Sorry. Yeah. That was
That's
my
amazing.
experience trying to make a little short film in the early 2000s in very, very small town Texas. That was very
Yeah.
anti hard films. It was like, you're making a weird horror film? No, get away from me, please.
Yeah, right.
So instead, I tried to switch up things a little bit. Yeah. And then I actually tried to make a documentary too, which kind of went further along, but
Yeah.
similarly, just ran into a process of like not having enough time to actually sit down and do it and edit everything.
Mhm.
It's time consuming, and then
Oh yeah.
especially when you have bills paying, you have to pay.
Oh
So
yeah, I've seen
it
that
was
part.
kind of more advantageous to switch to English and make a job out of teaching kids how to write. Pays the bills.
Fair.
May not,
Yeah,
pays the
exactly.
bills. Speaking of paying the bills, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to not pay the bills actually because we don't have any sponsorship, but we're going to leave a spot here in case one fine person would
Yeah.
like to one day. But instead, we're going to hear from a person that I know very well because she is my wife and she sells mortgages. And this is her advertisement. So we're going to go to that and we're going to come back and talk about these two lists. See ya.
Awesome.
Hey, so this is not really an ad. I'm not being paid for this or anything. Just interrupting the podcast to give a little shout out to some people that I really enjoy. Um, if you're wanting to refinance your home or looking to buy a home for the first time and you live in Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, or Texas, then you should really look out Mortgage Financial Services, especially the lender Miranda Noland. She's really wonderful. She's getting started in the business. She's very knowledgeable, though, and she's also very friendly and helpful to everyone that she works with. And she will go above and beyond to help you and just give you information about what you need to do to get a home, what steps you should take, even if you're not necessarily ready to buy or if you're looking to refinance. That can be something that's difficult for people who have never done it before or and need some assistance with that. So she's great with that. Her NMLS ID number, that's hard for me to say, is 256-7401. One more time, that's 256-7401. And you can also look her up on Miranda, that's MIRANDA.mortgagefinancial.com. And thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day and continue listening to the show. Bye.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back. So now we're going to talk about, we talked about our definition of what a movie that is so bad it's good is. Now we're going to
Mhm.
talk about other people's definitions. I have in front of me two lists that you have not seen.
Yes.
These lists came out from this year, and they are one is from BuzzFeed and the other is from Time Out. And
Mhm.
both of them are about movies that they consider to be so bad they're good. So the first one that we're going to look at is BuzzFeed, and we're just going to talk about them. I will give you these. I will read the movies off, and you tell me we can talk about if we think these movies fit the criteria, or if the person is just coming across as lazy, or maybe if they're just misconstruing a cult movie with a movie that's so bad it's good.
Oh, I bet we see a lot of those.
Maybe we'll see. I have not read either of these lists too, or either.
Awesome.
So this is going to be us both kind of looking at it at the same time. So the first one is from BuzzFeed, and it is written by Brian Galindo. He's got a Hawaiian
Okay.
shirt on in his picture. It
Nice.
says 18. This came out on May 18th of 2024. It says 18 bad movies people love to hate watch because of the fact that they're really awful. And his comment is, I am not ashamed to say I have watched at least 3/4 of the movies in this post. Well, so I guess
Oh,
some of the movies he's talking about he's not seen.
that bothers me a little.
Yeah, he says, we all have our guilty pleasures or quote unquote comfort movies that we like
Oh,
to watch
nice.
over and over, regardless that they're objectively awful. One favorite of many of my friends is Batman and Robin, which, even though it's not great, is actually a fun watch. I would agree.
I'm agreeing with that.
Yeah. Recently, Reddit user Kitsaya92 Okay.
Mhm.
I
Nice.
guess we're citing Reddit as our sources. Was
Very
curious
cool.
about exactly what type of movie when they asked, what's the type of movie that you only enjoy because it's so bad? Lots of people responded with their favorite bad movie. So this person is literally just copy and pasted a Reddit
Oh,
post and
oh wow.
has written that off as journalism. So of the actual sentences they wrote, we are looking at one, two, three, four.
Man.
Four actual sentences, it looks like. Maybe we'll see more editorializing, but so far,
Yeah, fingers
uh,
crossed.
this is journalism in 2024.
Yikes.
Yay! So
Yeah.
lots of people responded with their favorite bad movies, which are also likely to have Razzie Award winning in their Wikipedia page. We talked
Uh,
about the Razzies in a couple
yeah.
episodes ago. Fun fact, guys, we're
Um,
recording this ahead of time because I'm in the middle of moving. So we're
yeah.
recording this immediately after we talked about Your, even though it's coming out like 4 weeks afterwards.
Yeah. Movie
So,
magic.
movie magic. Uh, in that movie, when we talked about Your, we talked about it getting nominated for Razzies, and both of
Hmm.
us thinking like it's not that bad.
No.
I mean, I don't think Your is a movie that I would say is it so bad it's good?
Mm, I'm going to say kinda. It
Kind of,
kind of
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. I would say it kind of fits that category.
Yeah.
Um, I feel
But I
like
just enjoyed watching it. Like,
but
I
like
feel like
our
it's so bad. Like, to me, it's so bad it's good. You just can't sit and watch it by yourself. You have to
yeah,
watch it. Like, we have to be watching it together,
yeah,
and
that's
making
true.
fun of it.
That is true.
Like, the only
I'm
way to
just
enjoy it
like
is to riff it,
the only thing that I'm the only thing that I'm hung up on is like are the Italian ripoffs the 80s version of Asylum movies from now, in
Oh.
that they're trying intentionally to rip off like Rambo, um,
Hmm.
Commando, Predator.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know.
that's interesting. I
I don't
like
know.
where you're going with that.
The first movie on this guy's list is Mamma
Yeah.
Mia, the
The
musical with Pierce Brosnan.
Really?
Yeah, that's the first
I've
one.
never seen it, but I don't think I don't think it's bad. Or I don't think
Someone,
I've heard about it being bad.
one of the users that he quoted from Reddit said, it's more or less Love Actually, but set in Greece and with singing. The movie has to be good at exactly one thing, and it truly is. I've seen Mamma Mia. I think I
Yeah.
own Mamma Mia, actually. I think my
Yeah.
wife owns a copy of this, and we've watched it before.
Mhm.
I don't think Mamma Mia is that bad of a movie.
It doesn't seem like a bad movie. I mean,
It's
it's
fine.
yeah.
I'm gonna look up what Mamma Mia's Rotten Tomato score is. Hold on a second here.
That's
Mamma
worth
Mia.
looking.
Here we go again. Now the
Mm.
sequel may not be good. It's 58%. No, 55%. 6.5
55%?
on IMDb. Yeah, 55% of people like Mamma Mia.
But a lot
It,
of people don't like musicals just as a rule.
that's true. I think it may be hating on just because it's a musical and it has ABBA music. But like
And I love musicals and I like ABBA. So,
I same. I like
yeah.
musicals. I also like ABBA. You know.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 on the list. Oh my god, this is a movie we're going to talk about one day. The Day After
Yeah.
Tomorrow. It somehow manages to be better
Uh,
than the sum of its parts. I think that they just had one good time making it, and it really shows on screen. Huh.
I don't I'm struggling on that one.
Yeah, I don't think Day After Tomorrow is a movie that's so bad it's good. It's just a bad movie.
It's
I
kind
don't
of
think
just a
it's
bad movie.
so bad it's good though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of those things that like it can be elevated by,
I
it's
also
so
really just
silly.
I just don't like Jake Gyllenhaal. I have a hard time
Wait,
in
really?
anything he's in. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Have you seen the newest Roadhouse? It's terrible.
Oh no, I haven't.
It's awful.
But I love the old one. It
Yeah.
just didn't. Well, and I don't want to be one of those people who are like, "You're ruining my childhood." Like, I
Mm,
just, I don't know. I just don't know what more there is to say.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say Day After Tomorrow does not fit the criteria. Number
No,
3, Dude, Where's My Car?
no, hard disagree. That's just a
Yeah,
good movie.
I really enjoy Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, and I don't think
Zoltan.
that it's one of those things. Hail Zoltan, awesome. I don't think they were really like trying to make a good, profound movie or anything like that. It's
No,
really hard to so bad it's good a comedy.
Dude, Where's My Car was swinging for low hanging fruit and succeeded. It
Yes,
wasn't going for an
absolutely.
art film. It was going for
No.
like the movie is called Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's going
The
in
fact
there
that
thinking like,
it's
I
better than
just
you would think it is, honestly.
honestly, I've gone back and
I don't
watched
think
it,
it's
and I'm
that
like,
bad.
you know what? I like, I found elements of it where I'm like, that's actually just really clever.
Might be the only Ashton Kutcher movie I like. So
I'm with that.
I don't really like him in anything else, honestly. Like
No,
Butterfly Effect sucks.
I
I
did not. I
don't
hated that
like.
movie.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, Where's My Car? I wouldn't say it's so bad. It's good. I would
No,
just say
I don't know.
it's
I don't know
probably
that.
a good movie.
Yeah, and I don't think it's easy or possible, kind of, to do to have a so bad it's good comedy, because it's already
Yeah.
by definition going to be goofy. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's
I think that's
16% on 16% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.5
really
on IMDb. Yeah, I think a lot of people dislike it because they just don't like the comedy of it, which is fine.
that's fine.
But I don't think that that makes it so bad it's like good,
Yeah,
you know.
how do you
It's just
riff
if
on
you don't
something
like
like
the
that?
comedy, you don't like the comedy of it. But
Yeah,
I don't
that's, see,
know.
if I don't like a comedy movie, I just straight up don't like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Number
So,
4, Teen Witch from 1989.
I'll give that one. Well, actually,
I
wait a
don't
minute.
think I've actually seen this.
Well, there's things about it that are cringe,
Uh,
but you know, but I don't think it's, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's
okay,
a pretty solid movie.
fair enough.
It's not that bad. I
Okay.
mean, like, yes, there is like specifically one scene that is, it will make you collapse in on yourself because you're just having so much secondhand embarrassment.
Hmm.
But I don't think that's enough. Like, the
Yeah.
whole movie's okay. It's an okay 80s teen movie.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
take your word for it. Maybe I'll watch it one day. Number
Eh,
5 on this list is Super Mario Brothers.
a hard disagree. That's just a
Hard
good
disagree,
movie.
and it's a good movie, or that okay, I was
It's a
gonna
good
say.
movie. Now, it has its faults, sure. I mean, but it also had its faults before it was ever filmed. So I don't know.
I
That
think
one,
I'm fine with that one being on a list of so bad it's good.
yeah,
I feel like that
yeah, I guess so.
there's some parts of it that are very embarrassingly bad.
That's true.
But it's
Okay.
also kind of fun to watch. I mean, what other movies do you get the
Yeah,
things that happen in Super
that's a good.
Mario
Okay,
Brothers?
that's fair. I'm going through with a very, like, I'm kind of emotionally attached to it because I loved it when I was a kid and I didn't
Yeah.
care.
All right. The next one
So,
I disagree with because it's just a good movie. Number 6 on their list is Maximum Overdrive. That's just a good movie.
oh, that's just a good movie.
Yeah.
How dare.
Dumb.
And I mean, well, the only thing, if anybody thinks that it's like outrageous or silly, all you got to do is say cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Next
Because
one
that was
is
Stephen
also
King's.
yeah. Number 7 is also a hard disagree for me, because I feel like this is one that's a cult movie, not a bad
Mhm.
movie. Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. If you're
Wait,
watching Tenacious
whoa,
D and the Pick of Destiny, it's because you probably like Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. You already are interested in
yeah,
the market. Like no one's going into it by accident. If they are, it is a very, very small percentage of people. You've
yes,
either watched the TV show or you listen to the music or you like Jack
hmm,
Black, and you going into it expecting to get what you're getting out of it. I don't think anyone's like watching that and
yeah,
being like,
that's,
"Oh, this is a bad movie, but I love it." It's like you probably just
yeah,
think it's a good movie.
yeah, and also I think structurally it's sound. It
Yeah,
totally,
yeah,
it works.
yeah.
All the parts are there,
All right.
and also it's all just good. Anyway.
So we're almost halfway through our first list here. Number 8. I agree with, and number 9 I hard disagree with. Number 9 makes me almost not even want to finish the list. So number 8 is The
Oh,
Room.
yes.
Very much agree. Movie that is
I
so
would
bad it's
say
good.
maybe the quintessential so bad it's good. Like, that's the metric almost. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So what I was saying, I don't know if it's there or not, but
Oh,
one of us dropped out.
if you hear what I hear, if like when you listen back,
Uh,
that was nuts.
I'm interested to see what side it picked up. So like I said, what I was saying was that The Room is like for the last like 10, 15 years, 20 years maybe. I think The Room is kind of like the go-to so bad it's good movie.
Absolutely.
Before that, you could look at like Troll 2 or Manos. That's kind of what I
Mm-hmm.
was saying. That was it.
Yes, absolutely.
And so number 9 that they have, which I hard disagree with, is Escape from LA.
Oh no, how dare you?
Yeah, that makes me not even want to finish the list right there.
I mean, really?
Who is this person? This person said, "Oh man, that movie is awesomely bad. First time I saw it,
What?
I was sick and loopy and thought I had hallucinated some of it, including the sewer surfing. Nope, it's just the way the movie is. Yep. Steve, yeah, all that happens in the movie.
I mean, they seem like very cynical people.
I have nothing wrong with Escape from LA. It's not as good as
I love
Escape.
that movie.
It's not as good as the first one,
It's not
but
as good as the first.
it's fun time though.
It's a fun time though.
Yeah, I enjoy it quite a bit.
A lot.
Number 10 on the list is Street Fighter from '94.
Okay.
I would feel
Yeah.
that kind of fits the quality. Yeah.
I think it fits. I think that
Raw,
fits.
like every time M. Bison's on the screen, it's a fantastic
Mhm.
movie. You want more
Oh,
M. Bison.
absolutely.
But the rest of the movie's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fine.
okay.
I think it fits the criteria of so bad it's good. I'll give it.
I wouldn't.
So far, I
wouldn't,
think
like,
they've gotten like 2 movies out of the 18.
yeah, basically.
Taking a drink there. Sorry, number 11, I disagree with. What in the absolute fuck? Trimmers? No, that's just a good movie.
No. Yes. How could you look at that and say it's so bad?
These
They
people don't know
accomplished
shit.
everything. Yeah, seriously.
This is why I stay off of Reddit for the most part. Because people,
fair.
it's like conversating with fucking troglodytes. The person even says Trimmers is in no way a bad film, though it's extremely well put together with a good 3-act structure. It uses proper setups. Like, so the person's quoting, this writer quoted the person who's disagreeing. I don't.
Yeah,
It's in no way a bad film. Why did you put it on the list then?
Yeah,
This person needs to be fired.
I was gonna say
This is some terrible writing. It's not even
honestly.
writing. It's literally just copy and pasting, and you're bad at that. Holy
yeah,
shit.
really, you need to editorialize some on these and be like, okay, these people are wrong. Here's where if you're gonna make the list, it should be
literally
your list.
As an English teacher, I would circle their quote, draw a line to their claim, and say, what in the just WT? Like, I can't say WTF, but I would like to be like, what the fuck are you trying to say? Like, these two things do not add up.
Yeah, you can't. In no way is this a bad movie on a so bad it's good movie list.
All right, number 12. I also disagree with is Roadhouse. No,
gross.
No,
come on.
No,
Terrible.
Maybe the new one. Maybe the new one. You could say with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor. That movie was fucking bad. Like
I have no interest in it.
It is awful. Me and my wife love Roadhouse. My wife has a Roadhouse tattoo.
Awesome.
So like whenever we first started dating, we watched Roadhouse together a lot, and then we actually found Roadhouse 2. Did you know there's a sequel?
No, I did not.
It's not
I'm
good.
Gonna be looking for it. Oh,
it's not very good. You're not missing much, but the sequel is somehow better than the remake with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor. The remake is fucking awful. I hated the remake. I hated it. I did not think it was a so bad it's good movie. Maybe it'll find an audience. Maybe I can go back and rewatch it and just make fun of it. I don't know. Right now, I just hate it, but maybe it'll grow on me.
But the original, perfect. Perfect as is.
Okay, number 13, I will give them. This is a movie that is so bad it's good. Showgirls. I love Showgirls.
There's definitely, I love the movie. I think
everybody got AIDS and shit.
Yeah, there is I was gonna try to defend it for a moment, but then I remembered how I've watched it, and it's always been with that.
So fun fact: I own Showgirls on Blu-ray, and I also own it on Laserdisc.
Nice.
You might be asking yourself, do you have a Laserdisc player? No, absolutely not. But I do have a record player, and I always like to have my record player. And right next to my record player, I will usually have a copy of Showgirls on Laserdisc, just to let people know this is a Showgirls house. We respect Showgirls in this house because it's a good. So I grew up watching Showgirls a lot. I was a big Saved by the Bell fan. So whenever I first found out that like the girl from Saved by the Bell was in a movie where she's like naked all the time, as like a child, I was like, okay, I'm interested in this. Like as just a perverted teen, and then. I started watching it from that way, but then also like just learned to like enjoy the movie. I will give you, it is not a good movie. It is flawed in many, many ways, but I love it. I love Showgirls. I watch Showgirls probably once a year. It's a good movie. I remember I showed it to my wife. I don't think she had seen it before, or maybe if she had, it had been a long time. I'm not sure, but her and I both also love Showgirls. It's a fun movie.
Yeah,
it is a fun movie, especially if you love Elizabeth Berkley, and I love her in this movie. She's great. And Showgirls. Am I actually saying her name correctly? Is she Elizabeth Berkley?
I think that's right.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
Yeah, okay. I was going to make sure. I was like, I knew it's Elizabeth, but I could be saying her last name wrong. All right,
I think
so We're almost done with this first list. Number 14 is Sharknado. Disagree. Moving
Disagree.
on.
Yeah.
Number 15 is Shoot 'em Up. Disagree. That's just a good movie.
Do I know that one?
It's Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti. It's
Oh,
literally just a shoot 'em up movie. Just Clive Owen walks around shooting guns galore. It's like a teenage boy's wet dream. Just yeah,
yeah. I've
it's a
never actually
silly
seen it.
movie, but I wouldn't say it's so bad it's good. It's you know, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's silly. It's dumb. It is what it's trying to be. It's a movie called Shoot 'em Up. Literally, the title tells you what's going to happen in the
Yeah,
movie.
right.
I don't think you'd be confused about it. Number 16 is Euro Trip.
No.
I don't think that's a so bad it's good movie. I mean,
No.
most millennials know it for the Scotty Doesn't Know song.
I was gonna say this is
Yeah,
another one
yeah.
of those kind of maybe cult.
Brad
I
Pitt.
feel like it
Euro
might be a
Trip
little
is a
bit
cult movie. Yeah, Euro Trip
okay.
I would say is a cult movie. I
Yeah.
like Euro Trip.
I
I don't
love that.
own
It's
Euro Trip, but if Euro Trip was on, I would be like, I'll sit around and watch this.
absolutely.
It's silly. It's dumb. I've seen it 100
Yeah.
times before. I remember renting it a lot
Yep.
when I was in high school and in junior high. It's a
Hmm.
stupid, dumb movie. Me scusi. But
Yes.
it has its audience. Maybe I think it's
Yeah.
just a cult movie. I'm probably part of
I
this
think you
cult.
could
Not
say
gonna lie.
any, like, if you don't like the comedy on a comedy movie, you could call any movie a so bad it's good movie.
I
Like,
mean, you could also take out Euro Trip. Yeah, I don't think Euro Trip doesn't fit this list at all. I'm just gonna
no.
I'm just gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
Number 17 is Alien versus Predator.
I have not seen that one, I don't think.
It is a dumb movie. I would say it fits this list.
Yeah.
It's really stupid. I think the second one is even stupider than the first one.
Oh.
But I don't know if I
Unless I
love it.
have seen it and I just forgot.
It's
I
just
don't know.
like these scientists are doing something in the Arctic. I don't remember what, and then they
Oh,
unlock.
yes.
Yeah, and then they fight each other, and then somehow the human lives in the end, which doesn't make
That's
any sense really.
yeah, because like didn't
It's
they
also, I
like
think,
use the
PG-13. I think it's
oh that sucks.
PG-13. Yeah,
But didn't the human like scar their head like they did or whatever, like with some kind of
something.
honorific or something? I feel like I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
2004 PG-13 movie.
I
Yeah,
might
it's
remember
not
that.
very good. I don't even know if it's so good. I don't even know if it's so bad it's good. I think it's just bad. But
Yeah, yeah.
I have an affinity for the Alien and the Predator movies that I kind of grew up with, so
Well,
kind of
absolutely.
had some expectations. And also,
That's
I
fair.
loved the video game Alien versus Predator, and then
Oh,
seeing
see, I
it
don't
kind
know
of
that.
turn into that, it was not the best. Yeah, yeah. Number 18 and the final one on their list is Twilight.
No. Well, maybe. Ah, this one's hard. This one's way more subjective, I think.
Hmm.
Uh, I I'm not a fan of the source material or anything like that. I've never read the books at all.
Hmm.
Um,
I've
I
hate read them.
think. Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair though. I think the movie. I mean, there's good parts about it, like film wise, like filming wise, it's good.
Mm.
Acting wise, I feel like for the most part they're putting in the work, you know. Um, but yeah, it's kind of dumb. So I can, all right, that's fair. I
I'll give
think
them
it's a
that
little
one.
bit low. Like I wouldn't want to be like if I was to like if we were just sitting around and like a bunch of us were sitting around and we wanted to watch a movie to make fun of. I'm not picking Twilight.
I've watched Twilight. My wife loves Twilight. She doesn't like the books, but she likes hate
Yeah,
watching the movies. So we've
fair.
watched all of them. All of them are bad.
Yes.
The first one is probably the least bad of all of them, in my opinion. They
Do
get
you know why it
progressively
is?
more and more worse, or
Do you
more
know?
and more terrible as
Do
they
you know
go
why
on.
the first one's the one that's least bad?
Why is that one?
Is because the director actually really cared, really liked the source material, and wanted to do it right. You know, for them.
Yeah, I did not
So
know that. But the last one, when you get like the werewolves and they're like
yeah, that
imprinting on babies, and then there's like
that
the werewolf vampire fight scenes, and then
yeah,
it gets so silly. They play
it's
sports
so
sometimes.
silly. Yes.
They get progressively more and more goofy. So I'll give them that
All
one. So I
right.
think of that
Yeah, that
list,
one. Yeah,
like
that one took me a little bit, but I
eh,
got there.
they had some
So I
okay
think
hits
how
there,
many did we
some
agree
decent
with
little
on that
spots
list?
there.
Like three or
I would say,
four?
let me look at it. So the first, I'm looking through the list again. So the list was Mamma Mia, which was a no. Day After
No,
Tomorrow, which was a no. Dude Drove My
no,
Car, no.
no,
Teen Witch, no.
no.
Super Mario Brothers, yes.
Yeah,
Maximum Overdrive, no. Tenacious
no,
D, no. The Room,
no.
yes.
Yes,
Escape from LA, no.
no,
Street Fighter, yes.
no. Oh, did we say yes? Oh, yeah, we did
Yeah,
say
yeah.
yes on that one. I
Trimmers,
always,
no.
every time I hear Street Fighter movie, I think Raul Julia, but I gotta quit doing that.
Trimmers was a no. Roadhouse was a no.
No.
Showgirls was a yes. So we're at 3 yeses.
Yeah.
Sharknado,
No.
no. Shoot 'em Up, no.
No.
Euro Trip, no.
No.
Alien versus Predator, meh.
Mm,
I would say no because I just think it's bad. I don't think it's so
yeah.
bad it's good. I just think it's bad. And then
That's fair.
Twilight, yes. So I think we're like 4 to 5. Like
Okay.
yeah, like 4 or 5, 4 of them maybe of 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of
So
them,
that's
some
the
of the ones
first
we
list.
agreed are like
Yeah.
tentative, you know?
Yeah. So the next list is from Time Out, and this list
Let's
was
see if this
written
is a
by.
real article.
This was published in April of 2024 by
Okay.
Matthew Singer, and it also
Hmm.
says written by Sean McGeady. So I don't know which of them
Oh,
to either give credit to or to blame here.
right.
They're making a list of the 40 best bad movies ever. So they're making a
Oh,
countdown list.
okay.
So here's their little editorializing. No movie is ever truly definitively bad. Yes, a movie may arrive at a critical consensus, though, that may deem it rotten, trash, a
Hmm.
flaming diaper of bad ideas. But somewhere, if a film ever makes it out into a wider world, you're guaranteed to find at least one person who appreciates it. Whether the appreciation is ironic or
Hmm.
genuine scarcely matters. If someone is depriving any kind of joy from a piece of art, that means it was worth the effort to create. So far, this is way better writing than the last
I was
article.
about to say, I like that a
Of
lot.
course, some bad movies are better than others, which is to say,
Hmm.
they're worse. The dialogue is more stilted, the directorial choice is more curious, the effects more laughable, and yet those deficiencies make them far more memorable than a competent snooze fest.
Hmm.
Definitely disagree. I mean, definitely agree. Sorry,
Well,
sorry,
yeah, definitely
definitely
agree.
agree.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that reminds me of that line from I forget what song it is. I think it's maybe singer songwriter that Aquaville River song, where he's talking. I
Hmm.
forget what part of it, but he says something like, "And it, we had our flaws, but our flaws is what made us have fun." Something like that.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I
Oh,
think
that's cool.
sometimes like the bad parts of movies are the parts of movies I like the most. And
Yeah.
I think that kind of is joy. I think that sentence reminded me of that. Last sentence. And so let us celebrate 40 of the best bad movies of all time. Many of them, okay, all of them can be described as train wrecks, but who can look away from a train wreck? So we'll go to number 40 and we will go down the list, counting down from 40 to number one. See how many of these we've seen or we'll say are so bad they are good.
Hmm.
Number 40. Ooh, God, that's already a good one. Ninja Terminator from 1985, Godfrey Ho.
Okay. I
That
don't think I've seen that one,
it's a good movie. Cinema Snob
but I
did
like
kind of
Godfrey
did
Ho.
a little
So.
thing of it. It's a weird movie.
Oh,
It is
that
a
one.
weird movie. Yes, yeah, now you're
Yes.
remembering. Yeah, I would say that one
Yeah,
qualifies.
absolutely.
Number 39, Old, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Never saw it.
I haven't seen this one either. I did just recently watch a M. Night Shyamalan movie, which I think might fit into this list at some point. That
Yeah.
movie Trap. He just put out with Josh Hartnett.
Oh, I heard about this one.
That movie is fucking stupid, but it is really stupidly entertaining. It is so dumb. It has so many plot holes. Me and my
Oh,
wife were
Lord.
watching it, just like dumbfounded by all the little things that show up. And it's such a stupid, vapid movie. Oh God, it's maybe not M. Night Shyamalan's worst movie, only because he also made The Happening. But
Yeah.
um, I don't know about this movie. I haven't seen it, but I'll definitely
Yeah.
give any M. Night Shyamalan movie a watch because he's
Yeah.
one of those directors that it's either going to be really good or it's going to be so bad it's good.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm with that.
Number 38, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a little kid part of me that's like, I remember watching that and just being really into it.
I
You
think it
know?
has the Super Mario Brothers kind of effect,
Exactly.
where it's one that like if you grew up with it, you like it, you appreciate it, but you as you get to
Hmm.
be an adult, you can kind of maybe look back and be like, it's not the best movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
but it, you know. The next one I have not seen. So this
Oh,
one I cannot comment on, but Serenity, not the
oh,
continuation of the Josh Whedon TV show. No,
oh, then
this
I
one
have
is from
no idea.
2019. It's a
Oh,
Stephen Knight's colossal flop features Matthew McConaughey as the preposterously named Baker Dill, a fishing boat
mm,
captain obsessed with an elusive tuna, the preposterously
oh,
named Justice. No, Serenity is not
oh,
subtle. The big fish isn't the only thing lurking beneath the surface of this deeply stupid mystery thriller. Spoiler, Dill is either Dill is long dead, and the entire world of the film is a digital construct designed by his dweeb son, as well as the director. What the hell movie is this?
wow.
Uh, okay, I gotta watch this movie. It also
Yeah,
has
that's
like the picture on the article has like a very stilted looking Anne Hathaway looking
Oh,
really ridiculous. I've not seen this movie. I gotta watch Serenity.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't. When you said
Getting
Serenity, I was like, I only know one.
Yeah,
So,
right, same. Yeah, yeah. The next one's another one I haven't seen, but goddamn the picture looks silly. Twisted Pair from 2018.
yep, never heard of that one.
Neither have I, but this movie looks good crazy. I gotta watch this movie.
Yeah.
Just based on this picture alone. I'll send you the picture. It's very silly looking. Uh okay, number 35 is Dangerous Men from 2005.
Don't know that one.
So I've seen this just one time. It's a pretty funny movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of silly. I think it fits the category. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has a really good soundtrack too.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very, very, very 80s in spite of its time period it came out in.
Nice.
Number 34 is Morbius, the Jared Leto superhero
Oh,
movie.
then I've given up on my attraction to Jared Leto. That was that's maybe 10 or 15 years old now. So, I don't enjoy Jared Leto anymore. I haven't even
Yeah.
seen this one.
It is not very good. It's on Netflix. It got kind of
Yeah.
a cult movie following because it's so
Really?
bad. He's like a vampire. He's
Well,
Marvel's
yeah.
Dracula.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
of the character just
Hmm.
because of like the 90s cartoons
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
but
I think it's one of those like big budget blockbuster kind of just giant fails that people
yeah,
kind of love to celebrate. I don't know.
eh,
I could get Mobius off of here, maybe throw Catwoman on.
that would be that would make more sense.
Yeah. Number 33 is Food Fight, which is a animated children's movie that looks completely insane. I have not seen this
Uh,
movie from
I think I
2012.
have I think I have seen that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like I don't know.
It's got Charlie Sheen's voice in it.
It's like really, really, really low quality computer graphic, like computer animation.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one. Number 32, Hard Ticket to Hawaii, the Andy
Oh yeah.
Sedaris film. Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
never
It's so
actually saw that one.
yeah,
I need
he
to.
did a lot of those movies. They're all kind of interchangeable. Honestly, you could put in like the Eric Estrada movie Guns
Oh
in
yeah.
this spot as well, and just kind of get the same exact thing. Basically, it's Playboy playmates running around Hawaii with guns, and the plot
Yeah.
is kind of meaningless. This one is silly because it has a really dumb snake scene. And if you've ever seen it,
Oh
you know
okay.
what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then watch the
Nope.
snake scene from Hard Ticket to Hawaii. That's pretty much all you need to see. Next on the list is from 1980, and it is the Puma Man.
Okay. Yes, 100%.
Yep, yep, yep. Agree.
Yeah.
Next is number 30, Cats from 2019. Definitely agree.
Uh, yeah, I'll agree. I think it's well, yeah, because the worst thing about it is they let
Release the butthole cut.
honestly, that would make it so much more enjoyable because it's like at least there's something really stupid going on and not just like their really bad like pacing of their songs. That bothers
Yes,
me because
yes, yes,
I
yes,
do
yes.
like musicals a lot.
I do as well. I do as well.
So them being able to dictate their own pacing without, and then the music has to be brought to that.
Yeah,
Not a good idea.
it's a weird one. It's definitely a
Yeah.
weird one. Number 29 is Skinned Deep.
Oh, I don't know that I've heard of that one.
I haven't seen this one either. It says Warwick Davis in his wildest role, so I'm immediately
Oh,
interested.
oh. Yeah, because he's done some wild stuff.
Yeah, I'm interested in that one.
Yeah.
Number 28 is Supersonic Man from 1979.
Oh, that just sounds awesome.
This is a Spanish, it looks like a Spanish ripoff of Superman. I have not seen it,
Awesome.
but I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm interested.
I'm interested, definitely interested in that. I need to see that one. The next one is The Fanatic from 2019. This one is definitely fits the category.
This was
Have you
2019?
have you seen The Fanatic?
No, never heard of it.
I'll just give you okay, so I'll just tell you the two things you need to know, and you'll probably want to watch it immediately. The lead
Okay.
is John Travolta.
Oh, okay.
The director and writer is Limp Bizkit's Fred Durst.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Okay, there you go. That's all you need to know. It's not a good movie, but it's a fun.
Oh, I don't care.
Number 26 on this list is The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Number 25 is For Your Height Only. Yes.
I don't know that one.
It is a Bondsploitation. Yeah, it's a Bond. It's like a James Bond ripoff of a person that's like very small and they're flying around on jetpacks. I don't know if they're a child or if it's just I don't know, but yeah. I don't think I've only seen it like once, maybe not even the whole movie, but it's what I remember seeing was silly and fun.
Okay.
The next on the list is Blackbird from 2022. I have not seen this one.
I don't even know. I was like the Beatles song. That's not bad at all.
The too long didn't read hashtag they give me is Ego Drunk Dancer remakes Casablanca and Casino Royale simultaneously, but without the action, charm, or tension.
Okay. Good Lord.
I think that's right. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I know someone who loves Casablanca, so maybe I watch this and send it his way. Maybe he'll find some joy in it. Next on the list is 23, Miami Connection. Yes. I love Miami Connection.
Oh yeah, it's
one of my
Miami Connection.
It's such a good movie.
That's the background, like the wallpaper on my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yes.
It
Oh, you're doing the thing again.
Definitely fits the category of so bad it's a fun movie to watch and to just make fun of.
Yes.
Oh shit. It's a fun movie to watch and just to make fun of.
But yeah, no,
because
it really
is a good time. Yeah. Hold on one second. I think I'm losing connection again.
Oh no.
Maybe not. I'm seeing my little computer. There it goes. My computer was struggling. Yeah. Thank you, AT&T. I love this movie.
Yes.
Even though it takes place in Orlando, the fact that it's called the Miami Connection is great. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
The movie that came out before Miami Connection that has a very similar vibe is Street Fighter. Not the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Street Fighters, I believe it's called. It is also a very stupid movie that is very fun to watch.
I don't know that one. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to find it.
Number 22 is No Holds Barred, the Hulk Hogan movie from the 80s.
I never actually saw that one all the way through.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't know if it's so bad it's good or just bad, but it's pretty bad. I didn't like it, but
what little I've seen of it or have memories of, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Number 21 is Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad, but it's also a fun time. There's a lot of different movies. There's a lot of different movies you could throw in this.
They were also being pretty. Right there. They were being pretty silly with it, though.
Mm-hmm. Number 20 is Bratz, the movie from 2007. Did not watch.
No clue.
No. Did not watch. No, it was not the target market for it. It might be awful. It might be funny. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it. Getting some recommendations from this list.
Yeah, really.
Number 19, Samurai Cop. Yep. Agree. Yep.
Totally agree.
Number 18 is the one we had from the other list, Super Mario Brothers, the movie. I agree.
Yeah.
That might be the first one that from the other list that I think has shown up.
Yeah.
Number 17, Garbage Day, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2.
Oh, yes. Big time.
Yeah, that movie was great.
Time.
That's a good. Yeah, definitely. I'll throw it on the list. Number 16, Howard the Duck. Yep.
Guy,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm embarrassed that I ever liked that movie when I was a kid. Like I was a really stupid kid.
I feel like
Like
I feel kind of like Godzilla about that as well, where it's
yeah,
like,
okay,
yeah.
so that's my Godzilla 2000 movie.
Anytime anyone's like
Is
Godzilla was a terrible movie, I'm like, yeah, but it was kind of
yeah.
fun, right? It was a little
So
fun.
that yeah, Howard the Duck is
Uh,
my Godzilla movie.
Number 15 is Mac and Me. Yes,
Oh
Mac and
yes,
Me fits the list.
totally.
My main knowledge of Mac and Me was the Paul Rudd prank on
Yes,
Conan O'Brien for years.
love it.
That was like how
Oh
I got introduced to Mac and Me, and
yes.
then figuring out what the hell that movie was called. Yeah. Number 14 is Elves.
I don't know if I know that one.
It is a stupid little movie. It's
Yeah.
really, really done. You would think that it's about elves, but I think it's got more to do with Nazis than anything. So,
Oh my God. Okay.
it's a silly time. Number 13, Garbage Pail Kids, the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Number 12 is Robot Monster from 1953.
Ooh, I don't
Yep.
know that one.
Oh, it's like the prototypical like old-fashioned sci-fi so bad it's good movie,
Okay.
the monster can barely stand, it can barely move, those kind of things. Yeah, it's very much
Awesome.
on par with a lot of those movies. It's a good time though.
Okay.
It's a good time. It's a funny
Yeah.
one. Number 11, The Wicker Man remake.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
How to get
Yes.
burned?
Yes.
How to get burned?
How do you get burned? Won't bring back your fucking honey. Oh, that
I
movie is
like that we're
great.
not
When
talking
he
about the bees.
fucking kicks the shit out of that nun for just
Yes. Just in a bear costume.
There's a part, if you've never seen The Wicker Man. So the original Wicker Man is a fantastic folk horror
Oh,
movie.
it
Maybe
is
one
good.
of the best maybe one of the best horror movies, maybe one of the best
Yes.
thriller movies ever made. And so in 2006 they decided to remake it with with Nicolas Cage.
Known psychopath Nick Cage.
And there's several scenes. If you just type in on Wikipedia or not Wikipedia, YouTube,
Yeah.
Wicker Man 2006 scenes, you'll find some funny stuff. But at one point,
Oh
Nicolas
yes.
Cage dresses up as a bear and just punches the shit out of a woman.
It just comes out of nowhere.
He just shows up and just slaps her. Keeps on going.
That might be the best scene.
He also has to like overact to CGI bees, which
Oh,
is
that was great.
it's
See, that's the one
beautiful.
everybody remembers. But for me, I don't know. The how to get burned and then the
How to get
bear
burned?
scene.
How to get burned?
How to get...
Oh, that's a
Oh,
good
that's
one.
awesome. I
Number
kind of want to watch
10,
that now.
Turkish Star. Exactly right. Number 10 is Turkish Star Wars. Yes.
Never saw.
Oh, Turkish Star Wars is great. You got to watch Turkish
Yeah,
Star Wars.
I
Yes,
feel
yes,
like I
yes.
gotta.
It's very silly.
I do like Star Wars ripoffs. Like my favorite Star Wars ripoff, of course, is Star Chaser,
Yeah,
Legend of Orin.
yeah.
Love that movie.
Number 9, Battlefield Earth. Hey, there's our episode
Yeah,
2.
there you go.
There's one we talked about already.
I like this article a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. Number 8
I
is
think I've agreed
one.
with all
I've
of them.
agreed with a lot, or if I haven't
Yeah.
agreed with them, they're ones that like I need to go and watch.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Veronica from 2019.
I think I've seen the name or maybe even seen the poster, but
You
I've
would
never
have
actually watched it.
you'll need beer or drugs to get through it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is Glenn Danzig's movie. He
Oh,
wrote
that
and
one.
directed it. Yes, yes.
Okay. I've never actually seen it, but I've seen clips from it.
Yeah, so it is a horrible movie, but it is very easy to make fun of. I like to watch it right after there's a clip of YouTube and on Reddit that gets passed around quite a bit
Yeah.
of from Glenn Danzig back in the Fiend Club, back when the Misfits were around. He used to release these special videos for the Fiend Club members, and one of them is him introducing his like books. And
Mhm.
I just always think of it when I watch this movie because he's very over the top and like
Mhm.
trying way too hard to be cool. And the
Oh,
same thing
God.
in this movie, trying way too hard
Yes.
to be cool.
And
It is a
for
stupid movie.
a movie made by a musician, not a lot of music in the movie, am I right?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of silence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. That's insane.
It's not a very good movie. You're not missing much if you've never seen it, but if you want to have a trippy experience, watch that one. Number 7 on the list, Freddy Got Fingered.
No, I got to disagree on this one.
Okay.
I think if you treat it like a so bad it's good movie, you've wildly missed the point.
Mm.
That movie, what I mean, the plot of the movie is basically how the movie got made.
Mm-hmm.
Someone gave Tom Green a shitload of money, and he just fucked around, and that's the
It's true.
movie. I
There is
mean,
a scene where he masturbates an elephant onto his
yeah,
father's body.
R.I.P. Rip Torn,
R.I.P. ripped
one of his best roles ever.
torn.
I love that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I think that's just a good movie. I don't think it's so bad. I just think it's good.
It definitely has a cult. It's definitely a cult movie.
I think that's a cult movie.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the one I think I'll disagree with.
All right. Next on the list is Gotti from 2018.
Oh, I never actually saw it, but I think that's the John Travolta one, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's the
Yeah.
John Travolta movie that is just a train wreck.
Yeah.
Not a very good movie. I don't know if that's so bad it's good. I have to watch it again. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
just
was gonna say
bad.
I've never actually seen it. I feel like it's probably just bad.
Number 5, Showgirls. We talked about that one already.
Yep, I'm fair with
I
that.
agree.
Yeah, I find that fair.
Number 4, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Big time.
Fine with that one. Yeah.
Totally.
Number 3, Troll 2. Fine with
Yep.
that. A lot of people consider Troll 2. This is what we actually talked about with Dom once, that he has hard disagrees that Troll 2 is the worst movie ever made, or the worst best
Yeah.
movie ever made.
Right.
I don't think it's the worst best movie ever. I know that's the
Yeah.
documentary about it. I've seen the
Right.
documentary. It's fine. I like the documentary just fine.
Yeah.
Um, Troll 2 is a very, very bad movie. I don't
Oh
know if
yeah.
it's like my favorite so bad it's good movie, but it's definitely a bad movie. And it's a
Isn't
fun
that the
movie as well.
one? Isn't that the one where he's like, they're eating her,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're
And
gonna
they're gonna
eat
eat
me.
me. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that one.
I won't let you spit on hospitality. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
I've
a
ever
good
actually
one.
seen it all the way through, like in
Oh,
one
it's a good
sitting.
time. It's a good time.
I
It's
think
a
I
good
need
time.
to.
Number 2 is The Room from 2003.
100%.
Yep. Cannot disagree. And number 1 best bad movie ever, in this author's opinion,
Mhm.
Manos, The Hands of Fate from
Yep.
1966.
Yeah, that movie is basically unwatchable unless you're making fun of it.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I really like that list. That was a good list,
That was a
honestly.
good
Compared to the
list.
first one,
Oh,
the
compared to
BuzzFeed
that
article
first
one
one,
was awful. This one was a
that
lot
was
better.
that was I hesitate to call it an article.
It was not. It was basically a copy paste. This guy actually like wrote reviews of like each of these. Like each one of them
Yes.
has a blurb, it has a TLDR, it has a highlight. Like he did some time.
That's good. That's
I like it.
solid.
There are a few movies that I don't think he threw on there that he could have. The one that stands out to me is immediately is Ben and Arthur. Um,
Oh, I don't know that one.
okay, so Ben and Arthur is basically I want to say it's like a gay man's version of The Room.
Go
So
on.
imagine the quality of The Room
Oh, wait, I think I do know what you're talking about.
and like the nonsensical, like just how everyone ends up getting
S-
shot and killed at some point.
Somebody talked about that once. Was it Cinema Snob?
Oh, I have no
No.
idea.
I
I'm
can't
not
remember who.
sure.
Somebody's talked about it, and that's what I know
It's
about it
one of
from.
those movies that's really hard to find a copy of because I don't
Oh
think it's
yeah.
streaming anywhere. Maybe it's on YouTube, but otherwise you're gonna have to go order it from like some websites or
Oh
go to
yeah.
eBay. Another movie that they didn't have any Scott Shaw movies on here. I think you got to have some Scott Shaw movies on here.
Do I
I
know
actually
Scott Shaw?
made he did Rollerblade and Legend of Rollerblade 7, a bunch of horrible Lethal Weapon ripoffs.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I might
a
know. Yeah,
bunch
I
of
might know what you're talking
bad movies.
about.
um, yeah, actually, years ago, I made a list of my list of top 10 so bad they're good movies that you
Oh
haven't
yeah.
seen. Yeah. And I had some Scott Shaw on there as well. So
Nice.
a lot of the movies that I mentioned on that list are on here. So like I talked about, like, everyone sees The Room.
I'm
There's some
surprised nobody
shot on.
said Birdemic.
Yeah, yeah, there's some shot on video movies that aren't on here. There's some TV
Yeah.
movies like How to Make a Monster is not on here. That movie is so bad
Yeah.
it's good. There's no Scott Shaw, like I said. There's no Ben and Arthur. Turbulence 3, I think you could maybe throw Turbulence 3 on there. Uh, Sledgehammer. There's not enough Red Brown movies.
Oh yeah.
Uh, you could throw some Red Brown on there, maybe your Demons
Hmm.
3. Demons
Oh
3 is
yep.
really, really bad. You could throw Demons 3 on there. The movie I was thinking of that's connected to Miami Street Fighter, I looked it up. It's called LA Street Fighters. So Miami, same director as Miami Connection. It's also a really, really bad movie that I think you could definitely throw on a list like this. And I don't know, maybe like Death Stalker or something like that. Some of those,
some of those like
yeah,
tie-in ripoffs.
In my mind recently, because I own it, and we just got done talking about Spoonie, is a Skullduggery. You could throw that on there, or The Barbarians. You could throw that on
The
there.
Barbarians, definitely those two.
Those are all movies that are so bad they're good as well,
absolutely.
that I think could fit this list. But yeah, the second list was much more impressive than the first. Yeah, so I'll include links to those lists on the post, so you guys can click on them and read them, and I'll give credit to the authors for what they did, and because we are taking from their work a little bit there.
Well, yeah, fair.
I like to cite my sources.
You gotta cite your sources.
I try to cite my sources as much as I can. So yeah, this is where we're going to end our episode for tonight. Thank you guys for listening and coming along as we talked about something a little different from the apocalypse for this week. And I'm in the middle of moving. So next week when we come back, we'll be talking about what movie did we decide we were going to talk about? Next week is Christmas. So we're going to talk about Snowpiercer.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy. We're going to talk about Snow motherfucking Piercer. I've never seen the movie. You've never seen the TV show. I love the TV show. You like the movie. So we're going to get to exchange information about what the TV show took, what the movie set up, and the differences between the two as we aboard the train of Snowpiercer. And that's going to end our Christmas season. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next week as we get ready to board the train and talk about Snowpiercer. Thanks for coming along.
Take it easy.
Chew, motherfucking chew.
Nice. That's the metric, almost.
Definitely in the last like 20 years. I think before that, you could look at like man.
I don't know if it's you or me.
Well, I will.
Cutting out
Can
like
hear
crazy
me.
there.
You still there?